Jaguar Wright is a woman on a mission right now, and she has revealed that the freak-off audio of Meek Mill and Diddy is, in fact, real.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
This is Mr. Shepherd, aka Brother Williams, and I'm here proving myself to the nation. And I'm here with a half production video. I want to know what y'all think about this, man. What she have to say about the audio. All right, for the sake of global community.
And then eating milk, running the around, talking about expensive pain
Now,
in his ass.
wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Me.
Wait a minute.
He's a Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do our bop. Fuck me. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there.
The clip in question was reportedly shared by a person claiming to be Diddy's former bodyguard, who says he recorded the audio on his phone. The audio features two men engaging in intimate acts. After the audio plays, the clip transitions to a video of the alleged bodyguard, where he claims that all the drinks that night had been spiked. He added that he doesn't drink, but pretended to be intoxicated, just going along with the crowd. The man continued by saying that while everyone else was passed out, Diddy and that man, referring to Meek Mill, headed to a room, allegedly to engage in intimacy. He claims to have overheard the sounds and decided to record them in hopes of making a couple $100. Initially, he says, no one believed the audio was real, but now he claims there's proof. Meanwhile, Bobby Shmurda has put forward a bold claim that Jay-Z's Roc Nation is behind the rumors about Diddy and Meek Mill's relationship. Speaking on the Danza Project, Shmurda, who was previously managed by Roc Nation, suggested that the company fueled the rumors following Meek's departure from Roc Nation in 2022.
Nobody's been catching more heat on the internet than Meek Mill. Meek Mill spoke on it. He's like, I hate these people on the internet. They just keep speaking on him.
So it's like, you know, I came off the team. I'm gonna tell you what's going on with Meek. I left for a team that Meek was on. Meek left that team, and they leave that team. They come for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta understand everything in a relationship is like a relationship with these labels, right? And leaving like a girl with a lot of power. It's like you could have gave that power. You giving that girl some good dick, right? But she has a lot of money and a lot of power.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
And anything that she's gonna then if we own the internet, that we're gonna spread all the rumors about you. I'm gonna put 1,000, 3,000 comments making jokes. I'm gonna pay for 3,000 comments whenever you post.
Word,
I'm
box.
all about it. And then my is like, it's not even, I tell Meek, it's not even that they doing it, bro. They gonna do it. They try to call me gay. I'm most ever out there. Like, come on, for real, be serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that. I'm not even mad at them doing it. It's be the that believe it. That's what you gotta be. It's like they gonna. I don't want to say that word. They're gonna do female like that. Niggas gonna do female spread rumors regardless.
They're naive.
But the mother not the naive people. That's the ones believing it. I'm talking about the ones that believe in it are the suckers because they just want it to be true because they hate us. You feel me? They hate it. Like there's no way he can't be fucking all those. He gotta be doing something. There's no way Meek could be that rich. There's no way Bobby doing it. There's no way they doing that. But we are doing it. You got all of that.
But why is Jay-Z doing this? Well, Jaguar Wright has for the longest time said that he is behind Diddy's takedown, so it is no surprise that he could also be seemingly behind any of Diddy's friends getting taken down.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who was a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you?
It's important to note that the speculation surrounding Meek Mill and Diddy's relationship gained traction after a sexual assault lawsuit was filed against Diddy by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones earlier this year. But why is Meek even still defending Diddy? Many think it's because he has a ton of blackmail on him.
Why haven't anybody came out defending Diddy? All these celebrity friends he have, and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. Yeah, I was at the Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, and you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bruh, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's not just the blackmail, it's the fact that the tapes of the freak-offs Yeah, Diddy is selling them on the dark web.
Diddy's not going to jail.
Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial. Why would he sell his tapes on the dark net?
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes, and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
It is also interesting that a lawyer representing Jay-Z has said that a legal ultimatum was necessary to get talk show host Piers Morgan to edit an interview in which a guest made serious allegations about the hip-hop mogul and his wife, Beyoncé. The claims were related to the criminal behavior accusations that have been made against Diddy. Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted, said Jordan Siev, one of Jay-Z's lawyers, on Friday. He emphasized that nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitative situations in an effort to drive clicks and not have to answer for that. On Tuesday, Morgan issued an apology on his YouTube show Uncensored for comments made by his guest, singer-songwriter Jaguar Wright, who Morgan described as a whistleblower against Diddy.
Why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which, if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met.
Wright, who has a significant following on Instagram and TikTok, has used her platform to make various claims about the music industry, particularly targeting Diddy and Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. In another twist, TV personality Nick Cannon shared his own experience related to Diddy's infamous parties. Nick wouldn't be the only person to have attended Diddy parties whilst underaged. We know Usher did that, and we know what happened to him too.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
We having a good time, yo. Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when people say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't seen.
But believe it or not, Meek Mill actually may have gotten off largely unscathed, because what Diddy may have done to other big celebrities is downright terrible. Tupac Shakur's stepbrother, Mopreme Shakur, has expressed doubts about Diddy's denial of any involvement in Tupac's murder, as he did several months ago during an interview.
If you someone like a Puff, you would be threatened by him, because every time you see Pac, he got a gun, like he got 2 or 3 guns. And he's like blatant. Pac is a dope dude, don't get me wrong. He's not a bully or nothing like that. He's a funny guy, he's a nice guy, generous guy, peace-loving guy, but he wasn't having it. He just wasn't having it. So I can see why Puff might have felt threatened by Pac. I can see. So if it's true that what everyone is saying, Keefy D, everyone coming on these podcasts, the storyline about Puff paying whoever to do whatever, with Pac, if all that is true, like I said, he needs to be held accountable for it. He needs to be held accountable. It has to be accountability from him for his involvement in getting my cousin killed. I try to keep my personality out of it because, like I said, I'm not in that space anymore where I wish harm on someone else. I just don't feel like that anymore. But I do feel that he has to be held accountable if it's true. And I think there's a lot of truth to what has been said so far. I think the problem with what's going on with the Vegas PD, why they're stuck in that part of the investigation, is because they can't, I think it's money, but also it's because they can't find a corroborator. with Keefe D's story. If they can find someone close to Puff that can say, yes, everything Keefe D just said is true, then they have a corroborating witness.
In July, Page Six reported that Tupac's family was considering filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy over his alleged ties to the fatal shooting. A source said at the time, people from Diddy's past are coming forward and providing info. High-profile attorneys, including Alex Spiro, who represents figures like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Elon Musk, were assigned to the case. This renewed attention follows revelations about Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who has been charged with Tupac's murder. Davis once told Las Vegas police that Diddy allegedly paid $1 million to have Tupac killed. According to a filing by the Clark County District Attorney's Office in July, Davis claimed that while he had only told on himself, he also suggested that Diddy paid dealer Eric Von Martin for the hit. Davis further indicated he could arrange a phone call with the driver involved, who was still alive at the time. Former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who worked on Tupac's murder case, also linked Diddy to the crime in his book Murder Rap. Gene Deal believes Diddy both looked up to him and felt threatened by him at the same time.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac's blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around, talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirts Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something else, something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with them. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Because you got to realize, bruh, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreme said that they was going to sign the Bad Boy. So if he's going to sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentences. That Pac was gonna go and be with them first. But then Mopreme said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey and them went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy. So when I say I'm obsessed with talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth, who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac's shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
More recently, Cheryl McCollum, a crime scene investigator on the case, suggested on News Nation's Banfield that Diddy may have had a role in the rapper's murder. Former Bad Boy Records rapper Jamal Shine Barrow has openly criticized Diddy, accusing him of ruining his life by making him the fall guy in the 1999 New York nightclub shooting. Shine, reflecting on that time, said he was just an 18-year-old in New York, focused on making his mother and Belize proud and gaining recognition for his talent. However, instead of achieving his dreams, he claims he became the scapegoat for Diddy after a shooting at a Midtown nightclub where 3 people were injured.
Nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas and that I saw a birthday cake. I went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were bombali. This is someone that destroyed my life.
During the incident, Diddy, who was then known as Puff Daddy or Puffy, allegedly fired a shot into the ceiling while with his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez. Diddy told jurors that he had fired in self-defense, but in the end, it was Shine who faced the consequences, receiving a 10-year prison sentence for shooting 2 bystanders. Jaguar Wright, though, believes Jennifer Lopez is guilty of perjury for her testimony.
When she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Sometimes they'll open up a case to bring light on other cases. Do you feel the Shine, the club night with him and Jennifer Lopez will come back to light?
Oh, absolutely, it has to. It has to. If it was good enough to be content on Law and Order for what? The 12th season, episode 9?
Shine was released in 2009 and deported back to Belize, where he is now the leader of the opposition in the Belize House of Representatives. And you know what the sad part is? There's a woman out there who has literally been claiming for years that Diddy shot her that day.
Watch them both fire their guns. I watched them. I got hit right here, in my nose, in between my eyes, which means I'm facing directly at you. Just like I'm looking at you, and I can tell you got on black shades. They kind of look like Cazelles and an Adidas shirt. That's exactly how I was looking at him. And I watched him shoot me. First thing I said when the bullet hit me, and listen, when right before the muzzle flash went off, when I had turned back to look, I heard God's voice say, "Relax, you are about to get hit, calm down." And when I screamed, "No," pop, pop, and it hit me dead in my face. And I never passed out. I never fell. I never cried. Everybody started running.
Following Cassie Ventura's settlement, another woman, Liza Gardner, filed a lawsuit on November 23rd. Gardner claims she and a friend met Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall at an MCA Records event in 1990 or 1991. After an after-party at Hall's apartment, Gardner alleges she was offered more drinks and coerced into having sex with Diddy.
I mean, you know, she's alleging that she had to fight him off several times. You know, and she suspected that the tequila was spiked.
Right.
A lot of lawsuits. You suspect more lawsuits are coming.
Well, see, the thing about it is, what people don't understand is that there's people that have stuff on Diddy from way back that lawyers would not fight it or take it. But now Cassie opened up those doors. I heard that there's a guy that's going way back and say that he put on a Sean John shirt and it tried to molest him. So he's taking his to court. That's some crazy.
I heard that one. Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you, Cam. But that's how crazy it is that everybody's going to be suing him for all the little things. And that's why he probably knew something like that may come. Why would you put everything that you own in your kids and your mother's name and not have nothing in your name?
And Gene was certainly right about that, because more allegations surfaced in May. In late May, a seventh lawsuit was filed by April Lampros, who accused Diddy of drugging and assaulting her over several years, starting in 1995. Lampros also alleges that in 1996, Diddy forced her and his then-girlfriend, Kim Porter, to take ecstasy and engage in sexual acts against her will.
Kim Porter, we all know about the time that she cut Diddy with a corkscrew. Do you recall any other time that her and Diddy got into it?
Well, I could hear it in the suite, in the hotel suite. And then sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on nobody. I don't give a who you are or what. I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on her. You understand? That's not gonna be me. You know, first of all, I can't. The position I was in, you understand? Investigator for child abuse, worked for Elite Investigations, New York State parole officer. I'm mandated to do something. You understand? I'm mandated to do something. If she says, yo, his bodyguard was right there, but I'm still moonlighting. I'm moonlighting as his bodyguard. I'm working as his bodyguard, but I still have that other function as a state officer. I'm mandated to do something.
Crazy, man. So you could hear Diddy putting hands on Kim Porter.
Well, see, he always do, like I told you, he be doing that. He'll start off, he'll have something on his mind, and he'll like that play fight with them. You understand? And he'll be hurting them when they to the point where they'll be like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they got the room is locked. You don't hear none of that. And then, you know, Kim would walk out in her white robe, and you could see it in her face. But what are you gonna do?
Right. I always wanted to ask you this, man. Do you know anything about these after parties that Diddy be having?
Which after parties? There's a lot of after parties. There's a lot of after parties for a lot of different reasons. There's after parties if we doing it at the hotel after we do a party, or there's after parties after the after party. You understand?
Right. I guess the one people talk about is the after party.
Well, those will be when him and somebody that he needs something from or wants something from, and he'll get those girls and he'll line them up with him.
A week after the arrest of Diddy, New Jack Swing singer Al B. Sure took to Instagram to share his thoughts on what he believes is a conspiracy surrounding the 2018 death of model and actress Kim Porter. Al B. Sure, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown, shared his belief that multiple individuals were involved in a plot surrounding Porter's death, which was officially attributed to lobar pneumonia. Brown hinted at a broader motive, suggesting that Porter, like Cassie Ventura, was on the verge of exposing damaging information.
Well, because there's always been a rumor for a while now that, you know, she got killed because she was exposing a lot of stuff in her book. Is there any truth to that?
Unless they can hide unless she did her book on Google Duo and it's in the clouds and they could get somebody to get it out of there, she ain't got no book. It's just a conspiracy. Kim, it was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy. All the men that they slept with together, because there were men that they slept with together. There were swinging times that they slept with together. I don't know, man. How do you put your girl through some like that? Or how you look at your girl and knowing that she sexing another dude? What kind of demonic mind you have to be that far gone where that shit don't bother you for somebody that you love? But Kim Book was going to express all that. And I hope she did her book on Google Docs or she did her book somewhere that is floating in the cloud of the internet that somebody could go get it one day. But I'm sure that he probably got hold to those tablets or whatever she had, allegedly, and got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes.
Wow, man. So she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together.
She was gonna expose everything. I heard it was tell all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then in real time?
Yeah. Because I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them, and I would never mention his name because he's a good brother and he knows my family down there. You know, he knows my family down there, and I would never, put his name out there like that. He's been in the music business. He done put a lot of groups, A-listed groups out there, especially A-listed groups from Atlanta. So I would never put his name out there like that. But, I got the key, I got the pass key to everything. But then when, they needed more ice or they needed bottles and stuff like that, when I used to go to the door and I knock on the door and they open the door and then, my nosy, whoa, you see certain shit. Or they sitting in the jacuzzi together.
Brown's posts also called for law enforcement to investigate everyone who was around Porter in her final days, particularly publicists. He accused them of being part of a conspiracy to prevent the publication of Porter's memoir. According to Brown, pages of the memoir were swapped out to ensure that inflammatory details never saw the light of day. The book, titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, was reportedly saved on a hard drive by Porter and handed over to LA record producer Chris Todd. Do you think there's more to come out about Diddy? Let us know in the comments.